The crisp air of a November night settled over the quiet suburban street. Laughter spilled from a home brightly lit against the encroaching darkness. Inside, a group of friends celebrated. A birthday, a reunion, a simple gathering to mark the passage of time. Among the partygoers was Tamla Horsford, a vibrant young woman with a contagious laugh. As the night deepened, the revelry continued. What happened in those early morning hours remains shrouded in mystery. Dawn broke, casting a cold, harsh light on a scene of unimaginable horror. Tamla Horsford, the life of the party just hours before, lay lifeless beneath the unforgiving gaze of the morning sun. Panic and confusion reigned as the gravity of the situation sank in. Was Tamla Horsford's death a tragic accident or something far more sinister? Tamla Horsford, a name now forever etched in the annals of a perplexing mystery, was more than just a victim. She was a woman of vibrant spirit, a beacon of light in the lives of those fortunate enough to know her. Her laughter, a symphony of pure joy, could light up a room, her smile a radiant promise of sunshine on even the cloudiest of days. She possessed a rare gift for connecting with people from all walks of life, leaving an imprint of warmth and generosity wherever she went. Tamla Horsford, the woman behind the tragedy, was a force to be reckoned with, a vibrant soul whose light was extinguished far too soon. Beyond the vibrant personality and infectious laughter, Tamla Horsford held a role far more profound. She was a devoted mother. Her children were her world, the center around which her universe revolved. She poured every ounce of her being into nurturing their young minds and hearts, instilling in them the same values of kindness, compassion, and resilience that she embodied. Tamla's love for her children knew no bounds, a fierce and unwavering devotion that shone through in every interaction. But Tamla's circle of love extended far beyond the walls of her home. The crisp autumn air carried a hint of change, the leaves ablaze with hues of crimson and gold, as November descended upon the quiet suburban town. For Tamla, life had been a whirlwind of activity, juggling the demands of motherhood, work, and her social life. The upcoming weekend promised a much-needed respite, a chance to unwind and reconnect with friends. An invitation to a casual gathering at a friend's house, a chance to relax and enjoy some adult conversation, seemed like the perfect way to de-stress. As Tamla arrived, greeted by the sounds of laughter and music spilling from within, she had no inkling that this seemingly ordinary evening would soon descend into a maelstrom of unimaginable tragedy. The stage was set for a night of revelry, but fate, it seemed, had other plans. The air inside the house throbbed with a nervous energy. Music pulsed through the room, a frenetic beat that did little to mask the undercurrent of unease that seemed to permeate the gathering. Tamla, ever the radiant presence, attempted to inject her usual vibrancy into the gathering. Yet, those who knew her best detected a subtle shift in her demeanor, a flicker of discomfort that danced behind her usually bright eyes. The festive facade, it seemed, was beginning to crumble, revealing cracks of an unsettling truth that lay beneath the surface. As the night deepened, the whispers intensified, swirling around Tamla like a sinister wind. Rumors, fueled by alcohol and speculation, painted a picture of a gathering far more sinister than the casual get-together it purported to be. Tamla, though trying to remain optimistic, couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. She found herself drawn to the windows, peering out into the darkness as if searching for an escape from the growing unease that had taken root in her stomach. She decided to step outside, if only for a moment, to catch her breath and gather her thoughts. Stepping out onto the back porch, Tamla drew in a deep breath of the cool night air, hoping to quell the unease that churned within her. She closed her eyes, savoring the tranquility of the night, the gentle breeze a soothing caress against her skin. She thought of her children, their smiling faces a beacon of light in the darkness that threatened to consume her. She pulled out her phone, scrolling through pictures and videos, their laughter echoing in her ears, a stark contrast to the silence that surrounded her. Unbeknownst to Tamla, each passing moment brought her closer to a fate she could not have possibly imagined. A sudden noise, barely audible above the rustling leaves, shattered the silence, pulling Tamla back to the present. Her heart pounded in her chest, a primal instinct warning her of danger. She turned, her eyes straining to pierce the darkness that enveloped the backyard. The shadows seemed to twist and turn, playing tricks on her already frayed nerves. Before she could make a decision, a pair of hands reached out from the shadows, their grip strong and unforgiving. A scream died in her throat as she was dragged back into the darkness, her pleas for help swallowed by the night. The first rays of dawn, typically harbingers of hope and renewal, painted a gruesome picture across the backyard. One of the partygoers, his face etched with a mixture of horror and disbelief, stumbled upon Tamla's lifeless body. She lay sprawled beneath the unforgiving gaze of the morning sun, her limbs contorted at unnatural angles, her once vibrant spirit extinguished. The vibrant young woman who had arrived at the party just hours earlier, filled with laughter and life, was now nothing more than a shell, a chilling reminder of the fragility of life. The discovery of Tamla's body ripped through the remaining partygoers like a shockwave. Whispers, once fueled by alcohol and speculation, morphed into screams of terror and disbelief. Friends clung to each other, their faces pale with shock, their eyes wide with a terror that transcended words. The life of the party, the one who brought joy and laughter wherever she went, had been silenced forever. As the initial shock began to subside, a dense fog of confusion descended upon the scene. Questions, each more urgent and perplexing than the last, ricocheted through the minds of those present. Memories, fragmented and distorted by alcohol and the trauma of the night's events, offered little clarity. The truth, it seemed, lay buried beneath layers of speculation, fear, and the lingering scent of tragedy. News of Tamla Horsford's death spread through the community like wildfire. The quiet suburban street, once a haven of peace and tranquility, transformed into a spectacle of flashing lights, yellow tape, and morbid curiosity. Neighbors, their faces etched with a mixture of shock and disbelief, gathered on sidewalks, whispering amongst themselves, their hushed tones a testament to the fear that had gripped their community. As investigators descended upon the scene, their presence a stark reminder of the darkness that had invaded their community, one question echoed in the minds of all who called this place home. Was Tamla's death a tragic accident, or something far more sinister? The investigation into Tamla Horsford's death began shrouded in confusion and inconsistencies. Authorities deemed it a tragic accident, but questions arose. How could she fall unnoticed at a party? Discrepancies in witness accounts fueled suspicion. Evidence vanished, deepening the mystery. Suspicions of a cover-up grew. Lack of transparency from authorities. Whispers of a botched investigation circulated. Public outcry demanded justice. The case was reopened under pressure. The fight for truth had begun. The wheels of justice were set in motion. The search for answers was far from over. At the heart of the fight for truth stood Tamla's mother, her grief a potent fuel driving her relentless pursuit of justice. Armed with an unwavering belief in her daughter's innocence and a mother's intuition, she refused to let the case fade into obscurity. She became a voice for the voiceless, her every word a searing indictment of the system that had failed her daughter. Through countless interviews, rallies, and petitions, she kept Tamla's memory alive, her determination a beacon of hope in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds. Her fight resonated with people from all walks of life, strangers united by a shared sense of outrage and a desire to see justice served. Social media platforms became virtual megaphones amplifying her voice, sharing Tamla's story with the world, demanding accountability from those in power. The hashtag #JusticeForTamla Horsford became a rallying cry, a symbol of solidarity and a testament to the power of collective action. Celebrities, activists, and ordinary citizens alike joined the chorus, their voices adding to the growing pressure on authorities to re-examine the case, to delve deeper into the inconsistencies, to uncover the truth that had been buried for far too long. The fight for justice for Tamla Horsford was no longer just a family struggle. It had become a movement, a testament to the enduring power of love, resilience, and the unwavering pursuit of truth. Years have passed since that fateful November night. The house where the party took place stands silent now, a haunting reminder of the tragedy that unfolded within its walls. The laughter, the music, the carefree chatter, all silenced, replaced by the deafening echo of unanswered questions. What truly transpired in those final hours before Tamla Horsford's life was cut tragically short? Was it a misstep, a fall into the darkness, or something far more sinister? The official investigation, though reopened under public pressure, has yet to provide concrete answers. The whispers persist, swirling around the case like the autumn wind that chilled that fateful night. Was evidence overlooked? Were testimonies dismissed too readily? Did someone, somewhere, know more than they were letting on? These questions linger, casting a pall over the memory of a woman whose life was tragically cut short. They haunt her family, her friends, and a community still grappling with the unsettling truth that sometimes, even in the seemingly safest of places, darkness can prevail. The fight for justice, for a thorough and transparent investigation, continues. Driven by the unwavering love of a mother who refuses to let her daughter be forgotten, the pursuit of truth remains a flicker of hope in the face of an unspeakable tragedy. The case of Tamla Horsford serves as a stark reminder that justice is not always swift, nor is it guaranteed. It highlights the systemic failures that often plague investigations into cases involving marginalized communities, cases that demand our attention, our empathy, and our unwavering pursuit of truth. Tamla Horsford was more than just a name in a headline, more than just a statistic. She was a daughter, a mother, a friend, a vibrant soul whose light was extinguished far too soon. Her story is a call to action, a reminder that we cannot remain silent in the face of injustice. We must demand accountability, transparency, and a commitment to seeking justice for all victims, regardless of race, socioeconomic status, or circumstance. The fight for Tamla is far from over. It is a fight for truth, for accountability, and for a world where tragedies like hers are not met with indifference, but with a collective determination to ensure that no one is forgotten, no voice is silenced, and no family has to endure the agonizing pain of unanswered questions and a justice system that fails to serve them. May Tamla Horsford's memory be a catalyst for change, a reminder that the pursuit of justice requires unwavering vigilance and a collective commitment to honoring the lives lost and demanding a better, more equitable future for all. Like and subscribe to Oblivion Unlocked to delve deeper into this case and others like it. Let's keep the conversation going, demand answers, and fight for justice together.